like for you as coming up with 21 children in a household, you know?
Yeah.
Man.
I tell you what, it was difficult, but I enjoy Sundays because my mom would get us up early, and she will have us in the kitchen cooking with her and my dad, and then at 10 o'clock we would go to church,
Yeah.
but she would have one of my brothers and one of my sisters to stay behind to make sure the food is done. And I remember all the time the pastor used to always come over by the Hunter family house so he can sit at the table and eat that soul food, that fried chicken and ham hocks and cornbread
Yes,
and
sir.
sweet potato pie and candy yams, greens, and he that pastor loved to come over there and just eat. And so those little segments on Sundays, it reminds me of the movie Soul Food.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was thinking the same thing.
Right. That's right.
Collard greens,
Oh,
catfish.
oh, the pastor over there doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Hunter's house today. Lord, he in the church doing this. It's almost dinner time.
Mhm.
Ursula said, I know how mama did it. But God, yep, that's you absolutely right. Because I used to see my mom in the corner all the time praying to God, asking him to help her with stuff that she was dealing with. And I thank that woman for all the prayers that she sent up for us over the years, and I thank her for it. Yep.
Mhm.
I think the
I
one
remember
thing
when
that
I
I
was
think that stands out, but for you, Laura, and also for you, Paul. I mean, there's because y'all come from a large family. I found that I don't come from a big family. It was only what, five of us: me, mom, my dad, and my two other brothers. So, but what I found in bigger families that there's strength in numbers.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
There's always going to be that one, an older or a younger sibling that's always going to be able to, either pick you up when you're feeling a little down, and you're always going to have someone that's either above you or below you to always someone to hang out with or to play with and things of
Yep.
that nature.
Mhm.
And it's never a dull moment in a house with a whole bunch of people anyway. At
That's
least,
true.
at least from my experiences.
Yeah, that's true.
So having the
Only
strength
the
in numbers to me means a lot because, like I said, you have there's someone that's above you or there's someone that's below you that can encourage you and keep you going, especially when those hard times hit. Because I know both of y'all from both sides of the family. There were hard times.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. But I don't. I think you really didn't back in the 70s and 80s. I don't think you really realized it
No,
because and that's the weirdest thing is that I heard DL Hughley say that one time, and he said he didn't even realize he was poor until he got older. And I said,
Yeah.
that's true because
Yeah.
back then your parents didn't allow you to know that you didn't have nothing. You thought this was normal to eat cornbread and milk.
exactly.
Because you thought it was normal for you to get, one piece of chicken and whatever, you thought it was normal because you was a kid. You didn't know no better. And you went outside and played it off and come back in the house and get some water. If you come in the house too many times, you say, I ain't trying to cool the whole neighborhood. So, you get coming in and out the house. And she said, you come back in here one more time, you staying in the house. So you better not go back in that house
Oh yeah. Oh
if you
yeah.
want to stay outside. So I feel bad for the kids these days because a lot of them are not going to have those stories, because everything is on
Mm-mm.
social media now. They don't have the run chief run and tag and double dutch and all those things that we used to play when we were kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Those
see,
stories.
that's
Best
that's
stories.
what that's what my family did. I remember my siblings, especially my sisters, they would be in the front yard playing double dutch. All right, and then my father would come home, and then he'll separate us, divide the team up, and we'll be in the backyard playing kickball. Volleyball.
Yep.
Having a running contest. Playing
Yeah.
Yep.
tag.
Yep. That's it.
This generation is not going to have social skills. You understand how
Yeah.
to interact with other people. They don't have that. They more glued to their cell phones
Yeah.
or playing video games.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. I play video games now. Hold on.
I used to play Pac-Man.
Hold on.
The new ones I
Don't
grew
let the
up
gray
on,
hair fool you.
Pac-Man and Galactica.
Ursula said, "Y'all preaching tonight." And she
Yeah.
said, "Me and Fred from the DEC. What's that? What's
Decatur.
the? Oh, okay,
Decatur.
okay. The Qaeda.
Where's greater?
Where's Qaeda?" And then she said, "I know how Mama did it." Oh, that's okay. We read that one. Okay, yeah, but and another question for you: how long have you been writing, or when did you start writing?
I started writing in 2011
Okay.
when I was in college, and I took a course. I had to take a writing course, and so that's when it really took off. And I began to just put in work, ask questions, and learn how to develop a topic sentence, how to develop a paragraph, how to develop a conclusion. And I just learned about the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives, the infinitives. I learned so much about the English language, and so I decided, you know what, I have the skill set. Let me write the book, which I did, and then I just asked my professor to edit the book. And once he did that, he was just excited because he told me, he said, "You came a long way in your writing skills, and just keep improving." And that's when he having a conversation with him. He said, "I'm gonna tell you the secret." He said, "Writers write books, editors edit books."
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That
true.
is true. That is very true. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people think it's so simple to pick up a pen and a piece of paper and just write a book, but it's not as simple as people think it is. It's a process, and
Mhm.
it takes some research too as well.
Yeah, it does. But people also don't understand that it takes
Because
an
what
it's
happens
an
is you get
oh,
people, I don't know if it's as well, and I get a lot of people that inbox me a lot asking me, can you help me out with publishing my book, and or tell me how did you get started and this and that, and not knowing that it takes research. It's research. And now I understand why so many folks that have written books, and you ask them questions about writing a book or whatever the case may be, they charge to give you information. And I understand now, because as an author myself, I find myself with people asking me for a whole bunch of information. They don't want to go and do the research themselves. They want you to just give them the information. And it's okay to give some information. It's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not going to give you the whole details on how to write your book or how it should be published and all that stuff. I'm not going to. I had to research it. Believe me, through trial and error, it took a lot to publish 10 books. That was not easy. And guess what? I didn't have anyone that really helped me along the way. I did it on my own, but I did research on the way to get to where I have published and written and published 10 books. So, you know,
mhm.
but I just wanted to say that because, a lot of times people don't think that they think it's real simple and it's real easy to write a book, and it's not. It's a process.
Mm-mm, never at all. And even to add to that, it's a lot of people don't understand that there's an emotional toll that comes with that as well.
Hmm.
Because
Yes.
sometimes when you write books that are about heavy subjects, maybe such as mental health or depression, mental health or domestic violence, or even something or anything like, or even writing about yourself, putting your own story out there. There's an emotional toll and investment in that.
Mhm.
And because you're invested emotionally, then all of a sudden, then, I mean, when you write, you come to a spot where you can't go any further, or you know, it takes you back to a moment in
Mhm.
your youth or in your adulthood, and the tears are just streaming down your face. People don't understand that there's that emotional toll and aspect to it as well, because you're putting your whole You're putting
being
yourself out
vulnerable.
there on paper. And
Yeah, you're being
a
very
lot of people say, well,
vulnerable.
you don't do that. No, as a writer, your life bleeds into that page.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
a